Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the People's Church of Divine Prophecy. My name is Ashkhen. I will be chairing the service this morning. Our pastor, Reverend Steve Atkins, he's busy. He has his son and his family visiting from West Coast this weekend. So he asked me if I could chair in his place. I said, sure. So I'll be sharing the service. We have a few quick house rules. If you could please silence your cell phones. The restrooms are located down the hall to the left and to the right. If you could please stand up for the opening prayer and remain standing for the first hymn. We praise to you, God, in the highest most, as we are thankful for this beautiful day and for this beautiful gathering. We ask that your presence to be among us throughout the service, to open our minds and our hearts to receive your divine love and wisdom. In your name we ask God. Amen.
Amen.
Our service is comprised of three parts. First, we have the healing and the meditation. Next is the inspirational lecture. And the last part of the service is the demonstration of spiritual gifts. So we will start with the first portion of the service, which is the healing. I would like to ask Judy and Marty, they are the assigned healers for today. If you would like to receive hands-on healing, you can just go to the chairs, and when you hear the sound of the chime, that means a healing chair has become available. You can just go anytime during the meditation. I will be leaving you with the guided meditation if you would like to sit through. Just get into a comfortable position. Let's read the prayers for healing before we do the meditation. The back of your hymnal. Let us read it together. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and power of God. So just get into a comfortable position where there is no tension on your physical body. Relax your feet. Straighten the ground. Palms up in your laps. So the energy can move in and out. Take a few deep breaths. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Breathe in and breathe out. Just connect with the mechanism of your breath. Let go of the thoughts that are occupying your mind at this time. Whatever it is, if you have any worries, any concerns. With your breath, exhale, just release it. Let go. If you have any aches or pain in your physical body, With your exhale, just let it go. Feel it leaving your body. And with each breath, feel your body becoming more and more relaxed. And your mind becoming quiet. No chatters, no interruptions. Just hear your breath. Focus on your breath. Feel and listen the motion of your breath. As you inhale and exhale, feel the calmness of your body. Feel the flow of your breath. As you inhale, feel the energy flourishing, spreading throughout your entire body. Breathe in and breathe out. Just focus on your breath. Feel all the thoughts disappear. And turn within. Follow your breath. That is taking you deeper and deeper within yourself to a very peaceful and quiet space within you that feels calm and soothing. Connect with this inner space. And while you breathe, repeat to yourself gently, I am at peace within and with my surroundings. Your entire body with each inhale and exhale. Feel the quietness of your mind. Aspect of your consciousness and be still. Be still with it. This is the true state of your being. You are meant to be at peace always. Regardless of what goes around in your life, you are meant to be at peace. Embrace this peaceful state of your consciousness and just be. Be in this stillness and the quietness and the silence. While you breathe, shift your awareness slowly higher. Feel your consciousness rising higher. Higher to your crown chakra. At the top of your head. And higher above. And connecting with your higher self, with your perfect self that is surrounded with brilliant, brilliant golden light. Connect with your higher self. There are no thoughts in this state of consciousness. It is a pure state of being. Feel the energies from this golden source coming down to the crown of your head, healing and clearing the crown chakra. Envision the color violet purple and see this healing energy, clearing, healing, and balancing your crown chakra. As it moves gently, it pushes away of all the negative thoughts. It clears, it heals, it balances, and activates the divine wisdom and the knowledge within your soul and spirit. Activates your creativity and your infinite potentials that are not limited to any reality. See the energy balancing, harmonizing your mental body. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel the energy coming down to your throat, down to your chest, become aware of your heart chakra in the center of your chest, and become aware of the color green, pink. Feel this healing energy. Healing, clearing, your emotional body. Just follow the energy. As it moves, it clears the blockages from your heart chakra. As you release and let go, emotions of hurt, pain, feel this golden energy, filling the void in your heart. Feel your heart chakra expanding and contracting with each breath. Feel your heart opening up to God's unconditional love and compassion that is within the core of your heart, that is infinite, pure and perfect. God is love. Love is your essence. Connect with your essence and become one. Feel the flow of this unconditional love energy that is pouring from the core of your heart and is flowing from within and without. Surrender to your sacred heart. Surrender to the love of God. Allow God to heal your emotions, to heal the experiences that you've had in the past, and let it go. Clear it from your consciousness. Bless it and release it. Let go of all the negative emotions that are imprisoning your spirit. And free your spirit. Free your spirit from all the bondages. Let it go. As you release and let go, feel the freedom, the inner freedom, and the joy that is filling your heart. Have a forgiving heart. Have a compassionate heart. Forgive those who have hurt you. And let it go. Make peace with it. For your own sake. Make peace with it. Focus on the love in your heart. Now think of someone that is in need for healing at this time. If you know anyone that is going through hardship, challenges, difficulties, focus on your heart. Feel the love in your heart. And just direct this loving energy to that person. And see the person receiving God's loving energy straight from the heart and spreading from within and without, surrounding the person with unconditional love. Other people that are in need for healing, direct this healing energy, the love energy, to them, to any situation that you would like to see it transform for better. Direct this healing energy to those situations. And see it transforming. For the higher, for the better, and for the highest good of all. Send some energy to our planet. Envision Mother Earth. Humanity, people around the world. And send this healing, loving energy. Send healings to our ocean. To all the plants, the animals, the minerals. Envision Mother Earth in a beautiful place, loving, harmonious, and gentle. And this love energy is just flowing everywhere, uniting all of us together as one consciousness. Feel the universal love. Feel the universal consciousness. We are all connected, and we are breathing together with the same breath, the breath of God. Feel everything and everybody breathing. Let there be love on earth. Let it begin with us. Let there be peace on earth. Let it begin with us. Hold your intentions and allow these vibrations to manifest and materialize through your physical body, through your thoughts, through your actions. As you interact with others, let it be of the highest good. The highest good of all. Feel your peaceful breath. Coming back. Become aware of your physical body. Engage with your physical senses. Become aware of your feet, your hands. Wherever you are, just be the great love that you are. And so it is. Come back slowly to the here and now. Are we all back? Just integrate all these higher vibratory energies. Please stand up for the next one.
Number 9, I'll fly away. When this life is over, I'll fly away. To that on God's celestial shore, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. When the shadows of this life have flown, I'll fly away. Like a bird thrown driven by a storm, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Just a few more weary days and then I'll fly away. When the joy shall never end, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away.
Thank you. Thank you. Please be seated. Thanks, Lori. She really gets us going, doesn't she? We are blessed to have her here. Okay, the next portion of our service is the inspirational lecture. Today we have Reverend Jonella Bachman returning. She's been here, she's spoken here several times before. She is married. She has a twin son and a granddaughter. She is a 2-time cancer survivor, a State Certified Contractor, immediate past area governor of Toastmasters International, and has consistently owned several businesses for the last 34 years. And her last business was the Source Spiritual Educational Center in Palm Coast. She is an author, psychic, medium, and inspirational speaker, and she's been doing this since 1991. And she's also an event coordinator. We are blessed to have her here again to share with us her love, her joy, her experiences from day-to-day life. Please help me welcome Reverend Jonella Bachman.
Yay. Oh, can they hear me? Can you hear me now? I think is the phrase. I don't check Steve's emails every time they come. And 2 weeks ago, I looked at his email and it said, we were coming here. I thought, okay, I better get ready. I need to be a little more consistent with that. It was on my calendar, so I don't expect that I would have missed that, but it's always such an honor to be here. Your faces smile more consistently than any crowd I go to. In the beginning, before I have anything to say, it's so nice. How many of us get used to an old pair of jeans or an old pair of shoes or clothes we like to wear when nobody's looking, or the chair that we go home
Oh, yeah.
and we sit in?
Hail us all.
That is our chair. And somehow when we finally, at the end of our busy world of the day, we sit down in that chair and we just feel like we're home. Comfortable, content. Today we're going to talk about change and how difficult that is to take some of those things and change. That new pair of tennis shoes really takes a long time to feel like the old pair of tennis shoes. And the comfortable ways of life are so hard to discard. And yet we know, intellectually, we know that the only way to move forward is to reach for those new things and hang on to them and go for it anyway. When I told David I was thinking about this topic, the very first thing he told me was, my first thought was a $100 bill. If you take a $100 bill and you go to the bank and you ask them to exchange that for less than a $100 bill for change, thank you. How many options are there? They can give you 5 20s, 10 10s, 100 ones, a mix of all of the above. They can even throw some coin in there if you need it. How many options? Well, when you come to life's journey, and when you come to the tree of life, look how many branches there are in that journey also. Some of them don't resonate with us really well. Some of them come easily, and some of them are more difficult. When we look at change, some change is extremely pleasant, like the birth of a child, and some not so pleasant, like the loss of a loved one. Some change comes quickly, and some takes time to develop. And how about those of us that keep recreating the thing we think we're changing, and then all of a sudden we make up one morning and we're right in the middle of exactly what we thought we were trying to change? We keep recreating the same thing over and over. Some of our daily habits come from our experiences, directly from our experiences, and somehow even become part of our identity. Our habits, our personalities, our talents, the way we talk, the way we walk, what we eat, all of those things sometimes are just habits that just fall in our fence. And we just become part of those things. And so it's hard to play tug of war with the things that come so naturally and what we want to become or how we want to change. And as we develop and continuously try to find ourselves, aren't we always trying to do that? We discover that some of the choices we've made really mirror other people around us. An accent is a great example of that. You tend to talk like the people in your community. And if you go to another state, or another state comes to you, which happens in Florida mostly, then all of a sudden you know that you've just been picking up that those habits from the people that you surround yourself with. How long does it take for you to truly make a change? Are you one of those people that has an idea and, wow, you just go for it and so be it, we're going to do it no matter what? Or are you one of those that there's another Amber Alert? I heard everyone talking about that earlier, that we all got that Amber Alert last night. That was really interesting. But are you one of those that needs the roadmap before you make any change so you know everything that's in order? Sometimes if you're that person, it's hard to ever make a change because you're waiting for all the parts to fall into place. And we all know that the parts don't fall into place just so naturally. Sometimes you have to encourage them. You may have heard me say before, my mother always said, do something even if it's wrong. And we've all heard the phrase, some people make it happen, some people wonder how it happened, and some people just stand back and wonder if anything happened at all. Tony Robbins says, if you talk about it, it's a dream. If you envision it, it's possible. But if you schedule it, it's real. I think sometimes what happens is what holds us back from making that change is the belief. The belief is so difficult sometimes to discover and to know that it'll work if you change it that way. He advises to schedule confidence. I love that phrase when I ran across that. Schedule confidence. He also quoted, when the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of change, you'll change. As Ashkhen said, I've had the opportunity twice in my life to have cancer. The first one almost took me out. It was big and tough and coming at me real fast, and they had to just knock it back. They said it was coming at me like a freight train, and they were going to have to do the very same thing. We had surgery, and when it was about time for me to begin my chemotherapy, I had to go get a wig. They gave me a prescription for a wig. We'd been married 4 years. He's the love of my life still 30 years later. It was devastating to us. And we were in it together. Every appointment, everything. So sure enough, as hard as that was, my encouraging little self said, we could do this. Here we go. And I walked both of us through the salon that handled those wigs. And this wasn't just a wig shop, Anyplace USA. This was their profession. They knew what to do when you walked in. But I thought, okay, we can do this. Some people get wigs to go on cruises or just to go out to dinner at night. I can have a brand new look. This is okay. I can do this. And I walked us through that door. The salon was packed with people. And attendants. They had so many employees so they could mind us well, you know. We followed their lead. They knew what to do. They also knew that we didn't. They were very kind and compassionate. We chose a wig or two. We sat down in the chair. She started stuffing my long, beautiful red hair. Used to be. Up under that wig. She styled it. I was in a salon. It was fine. All was well. She wheeled me around in that chair to look in the mirror. And all of a sudden, everything in that salon disappeared. And all I could see was those white styrofoam heads all over that salon with wigs on them, and none of them looked anything like me. That was quite a change. We had to leave the shop that day, and I went back another day. I couldn't handle that so much that day. But I went back, And I found a couple of wigs, and I wore them. Now, I will fast forward to the second time that I was bald. They had promised me both times that my hair was going to fall out. The second time I was bald, I had a metaphysical shop, and I just decided I was going to be a hippie. And I just upgraded that makeup, and I went bald and wore bigger earrings, and that worked just fine.
You look beautiful.
Thank you. But the truth is, the first time I couldn't do that. I was working in the public. My sons were 10 years old. It was very difficult for them. So we couldn't do that. So I got my wigs. My point in telling you all this was not to have you feel sorry for me or to get a vision of Jonella with no hair. My point is how accustomed we become to what we're accustomed to. We work a lifetime to create our hairdo. We work a lifetime to create the look we want to have. We work lifetimes to create comfortable around us. What we eat, all of the parts become who we are. And that's what makes us so different. Because those lifetime choices that have come into us. And that's what makes us so interesting to each other. Robert Schuller says in his tiny pocketbook, Possibility Thinking, shape your dreams by your hopes and not your hurts. And that God promises mercy adequate enough to meet any tragedy. He goes on to say that faith is spelled R-I-S-K. And faith is leaping the fence of limitation. Robert F. Kennedy said, only those who dare to fail greatly can ever achieve greatly. I'm not much for giving up. I'm kind of stubborn. The ones that love me would rather call it persistent, but I really know the truth. Whatever your decision, whatever you choose, what you must do is make sure that it aligns with the core of you and that it's your choice. Because if you don't, if you start going against the grain, sure enough, someone will be out there, circumstances will come along, something will come along, they'll grab you, and they'll start making it like them. We all want to make someone just like us. And the truth is, that's one of the hardest parts of life, is to allow anybody else to walk their own journey. It's in our language. It's in the way we talk to them. It's in all those shouldas, coulda, woulda things that we lay on everybody else. It's difficult to let everyone else walk their own journey. So if you don't get in yourself, what your core is, what aligns with you and your being and your opinions and your thoughts and your soul and your heart and your direction, then all of a sudden somebody's going to shit upon you. It's a Diane Davis phrase. I didn't make it up. Push yourself to stay on track, especially through the difficult times. Remember, most of the time, the difficult times are the biggest lessons. It is not the still calm of life or the repose of a Pacific station that great characters are formed. The habits of a vigorous mind are formed in contending with difficulties. Abigail Adams said that. When David and I decided to accept the fact that we're mediums and come out of the closet, so to speak, that was a big change in our lives. We'd been in construction for 23 years. That's a little different than mediumship, I can tell you. None of our friends in construction at the time knew what we were doing in our spare time. We would take every minute we could possibly get our hands on, and somehow, some way, we would study mediumship. It just was us. We knew it from the first lesson. In 2007, the construction industry, as you know, fell out from under us. And we sat across and looked at each other on those two empty desks and said, okay, now what are we going to do? And out of that whole long day's worth conversation, we decided we were going to open a metaphysical shop. Well, the people in construction kind of didn't even know what that word meant. And some of them did abandon us, which is always hard. But most of them stood beside us, and they would come in the shop, and they would walk where they felt safe. Or they'd meet us in the grocery store, and they'd want to know how we were doing, but they didn't really want to know about that part. Let's be careful what circles we're talking to when we talk about mediumship. It was a big change for us. Sometimes it shook our little core too. Are we going in the right direction? Is this what I should be doing? Are they right? Am I wrong? Where does it lie? We did some soul searching those days. We finally came to the realization, I hope I say this exactly right, because if I don't, it comes out exactly wrong. But we finally came to the realization that it might be easier if when we meet some of those people and they ask how we're doing, if we just tell them that we're swingers instead of mediums. Now, I will tell you, for those of you that have never met us, I will tell you we're not. Categorically, let me make that picture proper in its place. But we thought it would be more accepted than being mediums. But as our business grew, the transformation into mediumship finally took place. And sure enough, now we are respected mediums. And that's all I tell them I am. They don't even know I was in any construction industry at this point, most of the time, unless they've known me for a long time. We have to take those leaps of faith that Robert Schuller talked about. And it's amazing when you just follow what God and the universe has in store for you. It's amazing how many lives you can touch. You have to listen. Matty Stepanek is one of my favorite people. He's one of our Earth's heroes, and in his short life, he was a self-proclaimed peacemaker. At some point, I'm going to bring you more story about Matty. It's a magical story. But today I'm just going to share with you a poem that he wrote when he was 8 years old. It's called When the Trees Sing. When the trees sing, it doesn't really matter if you know the song, or if you know the words, or if you even know the tune. What really matters is that you know at all that the trees are singing. That little 8-year-old knew that we have to just listen. I found as I made my way through this presentation that we could probably talk about change for the next couple of hours. But instead of doing that, I decided that I would just leave you with the encouragement that life indeed will hand you change. I indicated to a friend of mine that also wants to be an inspirational speaker. We live our little dream together, and we just get together and we pretend we are one. It's wonderful. The first thing that she said to me about change is it's the only thing you can count on. Life is a mystery, a gift almost every day. And many miracles have led you to this exact place, to hear these exact words or something else that was in this service today. And many more miracles will come your way as you make your way through your journey. Take care of yourself, and I always encourage you, of course, to take care of each other. Accept the new challenges with the assurance that you can do this. We have a brand new kitten. Kittens and puppies and whatever you choose, whatever your realm of that is, are a great reminder that we're just not in charge. The universe, your friends and family, your career, your health, and your very own inspirations will bring change to you. The best laid plans, you know. Embrace your changes as your next joy or your next growth. And just know that your God, even when it seems like he has the wrong address, will never let you fall